For years, I thought more views equaled more money until I made over $250,000 in my business with videos with only 130 views. And I know this sounds insane. I thought so too, until I saw something that completely changed how I think about content and making money. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly and show you the difference between videos that just get views and videos that actually make you money. But before I get into it, I need to call out a belief that's silently killing most entrepreneurs. It probably goes something like this. Once I grow an audience, or once I get more views, or the famous once I go viral, then I will start getting clients. And trust me, I believed this for years. I was the guy who was like making better content, making better thumbnails, cracking the algorithm, chasing that viral number. But here's the thing that I've learned spending years working with influencers who had millions of subscribers and millions of followers on Instagram, off of the TikTok, everything. They struggled to make money. One influencer struggled to make 6 figures and had millions of reach on her YouTube. So reach does not always mean revenue. And so this is the story I want to share with you to really help you understand what broke this for me. Years ago, when I had my Done For You agency, I got a client. His name is Dan Bolton, and he was a business mentor. He had a business coaching offer, and like most clients that hire me, they want to get views. So I thought that's what we're doing, right? You're hiring me to make you videos so you can grow your YouTube channel. And crazy enough, one of our first strategy calls that we had, he said to me that I just completely broke my mind. He told me, Kyler, I do not care about views. All I care about is we make good videos and lead people to my offer. And I was like, okay, so you don't want us to grow your YouTube channel? And he says, of course, that'd be great, but my main focus is revenue, is reputation, is getting clients. And so, as we're going, I'm like trying to make the thumbnails better, make the videos better, telling him to say this and say this. And he's like, no, this is not what I want. Views do not equal revenue. And after this year working with him, I saw his income go from $50, $80, $100 to $144,000 per month. Like, it's crazy how much he scaled in such a short amount of time. And we weren't focusing on going viral. We weren't focusing on growing the channel. I wasn't using the outlier strategy that all the other gurus are telling you on YouTube. He was just focusing on these 3 core things that I'm going to reveal to you later in this video that actually resulted in him getting clients from his videos. He had less than 1,000 views on most of his content, right? He was lucky to crack 1,000 views, less than 5,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, and was making $144,000 per month. It's just insane. So the reason I'm telling you this is because you're probably where I was, refreshing the analytics, watching every view as it counts, measuring the content, the reach, the responses, the engagement. We were playing the influencer game, chasing attention, where Dan was chasing alignment. And that alignment with the right message at the right person to the right time converted way more than attention ever would. Because views don't make you money. Your message does. And so here's the 3 things I alluded to earlier that we worked on that I've now re-engineered and use across hundreds of my clients to not only make them money, but to grow their personal brand on YouTube. So let me jump on the iPad to show you how this works. So step number 1 in the MAP framework, which is your map to getting to multiple 6 figures and beyond with your YouTube channel without having to go viral or hustle every single day. The first step is the money messaging. This is the M in the MAP framework, okay? This is the secret to how Dan scaled to $144,000 per month in his business because he focused on messaging that made dream clients feel like they're reading their mind. When you are crafting a message, it needs to resonate. The problem that so many coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs in general do with their marketing messaging is that it's misaligned. And that's why it's so hard to get views, to attract clients, to use it to fuel your business because, frankly, you haven't developed a right money messaging. Dan was able to generate $144,000 every single month, okay? Every single month on average because he focused on this. He didn't need to go viral because every single person, if you had 500 views, every single one of those person was a dream client that resonated with the message, that saw his skill set and wanted to hire him. This is not a niche, not a topic, it's a message. And if you skip this step, well, none of this will work. None of this will actually make you the money that you know you deserve. So here's a mistake most people make with their money messaging. They are describing let's use the analogy of an airline. If you're an airline, you want to sell tickets to your airplane, you don't describe the seat. You don't describe, it's nice and leg room and, you got an aisle seat or you got a window seat and comfy chairs, whatever, right? It got a cup holder. That's not how airlines sell you tickets, right? But that's what you're buying. You're buying a seat on an airplane. How do they sell you? They sell you with the destination. In 2 hours, you can be putting your feet in the sand, sipping a pina colada, overlooking the ocean and being stress-free, right? They sell you the outcome. They sell you the destination. So your money messaging, to get started, you want to focus on that. Don't focus on the logistics and the materials and the labels of what you do. You focus on the end result, okay? So that's step number 1 in mapping out your path to multiple six figures with YouTube. The next step is automating your content. Now, this is very important. This is not AI generated content. Very important we understand this, okay? AI generated content, there's more AI generated content than there is human generated content, which means we are craving authenticity. We are craving people to be more fully themselves and to show up consistently. Now, I'm not opposed to using AI. What I have here, I'm going to show you, is how you can leverage AI to help you to show up every day and show up everywhere without you having to create every day. Because in my experience, unless you're a creator and you like creating, if you try to create every single day, you're going to burn out. You are going to be inconsistent. It's going to be very, very tough, right? The thing that's the highest lever for you is to create once a week and have that be repurposed into content so you can show up every day without having to create every day. So here is how that system works, okay? Let me actually show you in real time. And this is just for you understand, I've been able to meet Gary Vee, Dan Martell, Alex Hormozi, Sam Ovens, all through the power of my content. This is what they do in their business. So whether you're a team of 1 or a team of 50 or more, you can do this, okay? So there is a pillar event that happens in everyone's business, okay? This is your pillar. Think of this. Think of what you do every single day or every single week, okay? You have calls. Maybe you do workshops. Maybe you have you speak on stage like a keynote. Maybe you do a podcast. Maybe you do team meetings. Okay? These are all pillar events that happen in your business. This is what they do. Very, very smart. What they do is they turn these pillar events into content. So what this is, instead of trying to create the content, they become the content. And here's how they become the content. They are recording their conversations in calls, workshops, speaking engagement, podcasts, meetings, and they're turning it into YouTube clips. This is a 5 to 10 minute YouTube video. So they're turning the pillar event, that is its own 1 hour long piece of content on YouTube, right? Again, think of it as an event, a podcast, a speaking gig, a workshop, a call, a meeting, whatever. And then they're repurposing that into shorter clips. We call these clips YouTube clips, which is its own standalone YouTube videos. And then even further, they repurpose it into short form videos for social media. Forgive my chicken scratch here. Now these are 1 minute or less short form videos. So short, 1 minute, vertical, clips, 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be. It could be 20-minute clip. It doesn't really matter. I'm just giving you an idea, right? And then if you want to take it even further, they do carousels and text and a whole bunch of stuff, right? But that's how they do it. This is how they automate their content while being fully themselves. Because is authenticity is the new oil. It's not attention, because I can go viral with a AI generated video. What I can't do with AI is be authentic. And what the goal here is trust, right? As I said before, reach does not equal revenue, right? It's trust that equals revenue. Okay, your messaging, your automated content, this is what we actually do inside our business and what we do for our clients. And this is what you need to do if you want to scale your YouTube channel without it being a full-time job. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is your path to profit, okay? You can't just expect people to consume a video and buy your thing. That's like me asking you on a first date and then asking you to marry me, okay? That's not how it works. Maybe 1 in like 1,000 might say yes. I'm looking really good that day. You know what I'm saying? But reality is, to turn content into cash, there is a middle step that you have to look at in order if you want to turn someone from cold to sold. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through this process right now because I don't want to gatekeep this information. This funnel that we did for Dan, that Dan used and I've helped others implement, and I'm going to show you here right now, it's called the CEO framework or funnel. Okay, I didn't come up with this. This is 100% from someone else, but I'm going to teach you it, and it's worked really, really well. And after I show you this framework, you probably have seen it dozens of times. You just don't know it. So step number 1, obviously, is content, right? We all know that this is what this is all about. It's all about the content, right? The goal of the content is not to sell them, right? The goal of the content is to what? The goal of the content is to connect with them. If business is built on relationships, then the goal of our content is not to go viral, it's to connect. The more we connect, the more they know, like, and trust us. The more they know, like, and trust us, the easier it is to buy. So part of the cold to sold process is your content needs to focus on connecting with the audience, not on converting the audience, okay? This step right here, I'm going to put it in green, is the offer. Okay, put it simply, this is your offer. This is what you get paid to do, your moneymaker, everything, right? Now, what is this in-between step? This is where we convert people. This is called, and what Dan calls this, is a conversion event. Okay? Now, if you know of Taki Moore, Russell Brunson, Omar El-Dikori, Alex Hormozi. Alex Hormozi made $100 million in a weekend by having a conversion event. He created content, sent people to one masterclass or webinar, and then guess what? He had an offer on the end of it, and that resulted in $100 million. So you can see how this process works. So a conversion event looks like this. Could be a sales call. Could be a, let's delete this, could be a mastermind. Could be a workshop. Could be or my favorite, a community. Whatever event it is, it depends on the stage. Like, for instance, I scaled to $20,000 per month with a sales call. And there's other businesses that scale like to millions a month with sales calls. So it's like, it's not one is better than the other. It just depends on what you like. Right now, I'm building a community. And so if you want to join content and cash flow, you want to turn your content into consistent cash flow, join my free community, and first link in the description. And this is where I decide and I choose to convert and build trust and let people know how is it that I can help them grow their business, their personal brand when it comes to video, when it comes to YouTube. So this is my method, but for a long time I did sales, right? And Dan and Taki, right? They did these two things, right? One-to-many selling, okay? One-to-many selling is when you're selling not to one-on-one person, but you're selling to one-to-many people. So on this conversion event, this is where they actually ask them to marry them. They're warming up their prospect. This is what the content does. It warms them up. It brings them to the conversion event. The conversion event is designed to convert them, right? This is the thing that you're missing in your path to profit. If you want to scale to multiple six figures, this is what I literally did to scale to $250,000 in my business using the MAP framework: money messaging, automated content, path to profit. You can see it in real time. And if you want to implement this yourself, then join the content and cash flow community. Now, if you want one-on-one support and you want to accelerate your growth, then you can book a call with me directly, and you just hit the second link in the description so we can help you make it happen. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching this. This has been a great, I went way deeper than I originally thought, but I think it's valuable. So without further ado, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.